You know, when I'm ready for a stay at a hotel, it's usually for a vacation or some other fun excursion. When I walk through the doors, I'm ready for some relaxation, rest, and bloodthirsty primates. Wait, you mean that's not your ideal expectation? Well, I imagine Doug Hauser would agree. Hello, and welcome back to HorrorScoped, where we'll be checking into Dark Deception, a 5-star experience complete with lost souls, a suspicious hostess, and monkeys who want nothing more than to end your very existence. The latter will be our focus on today's lore dive, as we explore just what exactly these insidious monkeys who roam these halls are. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. This proverb is hundreds of years old, and is of particular interest to start with, as it is usually visually represented by 3 monkeys, one covering its eyes, one its ears, and one its mouth. While the murder monkeys in Dark Deception are also 3 in total, at least at first, they certainly shun the no evil aspect of this old proverb, in their pursuit to kill anyone who should venture into the realm. The monkeys can always see you as you attempt to navigate the labyrinthian nature of their hotel, and attempt to gather the lost souls imprisoned in the violet crystal shards sprawled about. Relentless in their hunt, they also never tire, so we better keep running. Deformed in their appearance, the monkeys look like they are put under the effects of the DK mode cheat from GoldenEye. Speaking of games years past, they also remind me of Ape Escape from the PlayStation. You know, except their siren lights has been replaced with a fez, their arms with jagged blades, and their attitude with murderous intent. But why are these creatures so frenzied? Well, it's probably because they serve a literal demon. Malik, the one in question, directs these primates from the shadows to keep any would-be interloper from gathering the soul shards that are scattered about. In the simplest sense, this is all to prevent the reunification of an artifact called the Riddle of Heaven, that would, ultimately at the behest of our suspicious friend Beers, sap Malik of all his power. We'll be exploring these other characters, their stories, and their motivations in later entries. But for now, back to the monkeys. In life, they abandoned their humanity. They gave in to their urge to kill. They chose to become monsters. Now they continue on in this place as monstrous murder monkeys. This quote from the mysterious E, more of them later, implies that these creatures were once human, but they now serve this demon in their horrifying afterlife, or new life, if either is what this really is. Also, was that a wind-up key on their back? I guess we really love our bloodthirsty toys around here, huh? Whether they are living or construct, the monkeys prove to be quite the barrier for any trespasser. So good at their jobs, in fact, that the halls and floors are littered with crystalline shards containing their souls of previous intruders, which, of course, is what the player must retrieve. There is coordination in their efforts, as our protagonist, Doug, finds out while he runs through the hotel halls. The monkeys will use the shortest route to their prey, and attempt to cut them off or corner them. Even weirder, they themselves may even be related to Doug. But how? Well, spoiler warning as it pertains to our protagonist's backstory development, so you have been warned. The hotel and the monkeys themselves may be directly linked to Doug's past, and the entire reason he's doing Bierce's bidding in the first place. Between his own act of murder on his family, intentionally or otherwise, and the infidelity he had to his wife. Monkey business in some hotel, so to speak, if his own mistress's mention of the act is anything to go by. There's also an alternate, more violent form to the monkeys that appear once you've managed to collect all the soul shards in the hotel maze. Again, they appear in a set of 3, and begin their prowl after a direct message from Bierce, in which she warns, "You've gathered all the soul shards. The ring piece is now exposed, and the monsters will go into a frenzy. Get to the ring piece before Mr. Monkey finds you." Bon appetit! These particular monkeys don the garb of a chef and have pizza cutters for arms instead of the knives of the previous lot. These 3 monkeys give chase only as you approach the exposed ring piece, and are not only considerably more violent than their predecessors, but faster to boot. The chef monkeys essentially have the same origin as the murder monkey brethren, but also have an exquisite eye for the culinary arts. They almost enjoy creating a delicious meal as much as slaughtering their prey. Almost. Perhaps a sign we passed earlier should have been a warning as it reads, "Welcome to Breakfast and Murder, free every day until 10 a.m. Now, the first chapter isn't the only portion of Dark Deception in which the murder monkeys appear, but it is the sole verse in which they are openly hostile. There is a monkey present in Stranger Sewers behind the closed entrance, if we first use our telepathy ability. We also cross paths with one we must intimidate to gain access to Crazy Carnival, using the Primal Fear power. Murder monkeys also appear here in cages within the circus. Finally, our dear Demon Malik's clone also summons 2 of these crazed monkeys as nightmares, although again, these don't actually threaten the player. Dark Deception combines 2 horrifying aspects to induce fear by putting violent toys together with a labyrinth we must navigate while avoiding them. I'm eager to look into what other ways this game weaves its story and suspense together. What did you think of the murder monkeys and monkey business altogether? Let me know in the comments below, and until the next video, cheers!